Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Monday, July 6, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Today, the referendum results came out, yesterday night, and the no vote won. So what does it mean? What are the implications of this? So far it's tough to tell because there's going to be negotiations that are going to go on. The good thing is that the Greek finance minister actually resigned after the no vote won, because the Greek Prime Minister wants the negotiations to continue to go on. And we know that the current Greek Finance Minister was too left-leaning and actually was too hard-headed to give any compromise during the negotiations. So I think it's a good sign that is stepping down. Now, there are 2 steps that will be important to watch. Is first of all, the discussions of the other Eurozone finance ministers to see what are they going to do with Greece, because it's not because the Greek voted no to the conditions of the creditors that Greece is automatically out of the Eurozone. The volatility that will come out in the next few weeks will be concerning the ECB decision, because the ECB has to decide, will they continue to give to Greek banks some liquidity? We know that for the last 5 days, the Greek banks have closed because they needed some liquidity from the ECB. Now the ECB actually put a hold on that until the referendum. Now with the referendum results, will the ECB continue to that? The IMF said that they might step in to help Greece, but we know the IMF has more harsh condition compared to the ECB. So those are actually some factors that we'll have to look out throughout this week that will actually give the market a clearer direction. Because what markets did today, of course, at opening, we had a slight moment of panic, a massive over sellers, but finally markets rebounded because I think investors are saying to themselves, look, maybe, first of all, that we're not that exposed to the Greek situation. I'm talking mostly of American markets, American companies. And second thing, well, the negotiations will still continue to go on. So we might actually have another alternative that might come out, and Greece might end up to continue to stay in the Eurozone. So we're going to have to let the negotiations go to give us some time before actually having a clearer picture of what's going to happen with Greece. So I know that last week and Friday I said that to trade, to benefit from the ahead of the results of the referendum, volatility ETFs such as HVU would represent a great alternative. HGU today is surging by 4.10%, still remains within its salary formation. So it has surged slightly. Of course, with this slight rebound on all indices, it didn't help HGU to pursue its upward momentum, but at least you're not losing money if you bought a Friday or last Thursday. We also have TVIX as well that we recommended. TVIX is also some ETF that pursues slightly its rally. All those ETF are all recommended on marketgurus.tv, but today they do not represent the best day trading opportunity. I think they're only opportunities to continue to gradually build up your position, because as I said, there's going to be heightened volatility in the coming weeks with the negotiations that will go on, and also with the ECB decision concerning if they're going to allow Greek banks to have more liquidity. And this is something that investors will watch pretty closely. And if the IMF steps in, well, investors might perceive that maybe more negatively, because the IMF usually has tougher conditions. Now for the US dollar surged slightly at opening to deflate. We had oil that took a big hit. Oil is declining. Right now oil has reached totally its oversold situation. I'm talking of USO. Oil has even got out of this downward corridor. So it's really definitely negative for oil, but to buy bearish ETF on oil right now, I don't think it's kind of appropriate, because oil, USO, has been declining for the last 4 or 5 days. So it's a clear bearish cycle that has been lasting for the last 4 or 5 days. And right now we're kind of getting at the end of the bearish cycle. So the strategy that we have favored in the energy sector that is confirming a clear bearish cycle, breaking an important support, is to, instead of opening new short positions there, is to rather take some profit on your current short positions. Yes, the energy sector is a sector where there are most of the breakdowns, but most of the breakdowns, we don't think they're having a lot of quality or probability to pursue their decline more strongly, simply because this wave of panic created that bearish cycle in the energy sector. However, as I said, the uncertainty concerning Greece will remain in the next few days, and of course we need more clarity concerning that. And I think when investors realize that they overreacted, the market's overreacted, they might start to buy back the market, and short positions you're opening today on the energy sector might not pay off as much. And the reason I'm saying the short positions you open today might not pay off as much is, first of all, the fact that oil has been declining for the last few days, reaching an oversold situation, which makes the probability of a rebound really likely. The second factor is the energy sector declined today, now is having a rebound, and we're seeing that the wave of buyers in the sector has been slightly consistent, allowing the sector to really stay above its bottom that it reached at opening. Now, what we have done on marketgurus.tv that you can have access for free for 10 days is to actually take some profit on our past short position, which means short positions that we have opened at the beginning of a bearish cycle here or around there on marketgurus.tv. And among those positions, there was Western Energy Services. The stock was recommended as a short on marketgurus.tv on June 19th. At opening, WRG confirmed another breakdown by breaking down its support. It was a clear breakdown. We were quick to take some profit on that position. Now the stock is rebounding. Kelt Exploration, the stock also broke down. It was recommended as a short here, but you see finally it rebounded. So a lot of those short opportunities though are rebounding intraday wise, and this is why we're actually being reluctant to recommend any new positions as short among our analyst shares portfolio on the marketgurus.tv. So you had to be quick to take some profit on Kelt Exploration. We have not been able to do so on marketgurus.tv yet because the stock rebounded. So we need a clearer pursuit of the bearish cycle, clearer, more clarity concerning the situation with Greece before doing anything concerning the energy sector. Now let's take a look at some news here. McDonald's and Yum Brands are trying to add a new way to pay in China. It's through electronic numerical payment. Weight Watchers, the stock lost almost 86% of its value since the beginning, and today Weight Watchers announced that it might have found a buyer. Response Genetics, they will not trade on the Nasdaq anymore. They will trade on the OTCBB with the same ticker. So I don't know if some of you still had stocks of Response Genetics, but I'm sure if you still have that account, of course, the transfer to the ticker of to the OTCBB will be done automatically for you by your broker. We also have a news on Potash Corp. They say that they will answer to any concerns of KS, because KS, which is the German potash fertilizer, said no to their buy offer of $7.8 billion. Potash said, look, we understand their concerns and we'll do everything to actually make sure that this buy offer go through. It's strategic for Potash Corp to acquire KNS. And if ever this deal can go through, expect a lot of a rally on the potash sector. Especially potash could reach $41. Other stocks, though, Agrium has already started its rally. So Agrium right now, well, you would trend trade Agrium as long as the stock maintained its upward trend stays above 130. Other stocks could break out, not as much. Maybe Mosaic could break out higher than $48. Elsewhere, not a lot of opportunities, but definitely we could have those big caps that could lead the way. We have Western Potash has already surged. I think investors all might be expecting that the deal will go through. And Western Potash, they have a project, but they're not producing yet. And if ever Potash buys KNS, there will be less supply on the market. Prices of potash will go up. Western Potash, which is not producing yet but on the verge to do so, will have a project that is valued more because they will be able to sell their production at a higher price. And I think this is why we have seen this wave of buyers coming into that stock. Another news that we have here, we have another news on Eurocontrol, a company that we had for an interview. Eurocontrol so far pursues its increase. The company has been granted a patent in Europe, and this is some good thing for Eurocontrol. A stock that's really active, though. It is a stock that you could buy, but the thing is you will trend trade that stock, and the loss potential is becoming great because that's until 10 cents, right? So there's 4 cents to be lost on Eurocontrol. The thing that I love with Eurocontrol is the stochastics here. That's great. 10-day above the 30-day, the MACD that is turning to be towards that is heading towards overbought situation. So there's more room to go there. So I definitely think that Eurocontrol does represent a nice opportunity for swing trade for the short term. So whenever you make a 5 or 6% on that stock, you take some profit and you hold on to it as long as it maintains its upward trend. And elsewhere, folks, we have other news, and we're going to take it at the next segment.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So welcome back, folks. So one question is here from Pat. What do I think of HGU with TTGD that is going up? It's kind of normal that TTGD is going up. Right now, the sector is neutral. For me, let's say if TTGD goes above 155, we could put that sector into a bullish cycle. But if it goes above 155, now what are the targets? We have another target on 159, which corresponds to the 50-day moving average and orange. And the next target now becomes 162. Now, what could allow the gold sector to go up? Well, if the situation in Greece worsens. But so far, as I said, the conversations, the discussions will continue over the weeks. That might create more certainty if ever there's some reports that are done after each discussion. And of course, investors will not buy gold because they will know more about what's going on, what's the plan of the Eurozone finance ministers following the results. So there's a risk that, first of all, with the fundamental situation in Greece, that the gold sector might lose all its upward momentum. The other thing is that, as I said, it's about the Fed decision. because I think right now investors are saying that if ever the Fed raise interest rate, well, then what we're gonna have, of course, a clear wave of sellers in the gold sector because there's no inflation and they're raising interest rate. So this is also another factor that's putting some pressure for the gold sector to not perform as much. Now, if you want to buy HGU, which is a bullish ETF on gold, so for HGU though, you have to say to yourself that it's not gonna be a great payoff. First, HGU, it's still within its downward corridor. I've mentioned to you the fact that what's happening on the gold sector. And the gold sector, as you can see here, in terms of potential, by looking only at the moving average, we see it's kind of limited. So we're actually at 154. Next target now is at 158. The other one at 162. So about 4 points to 10 points maximum to be gained on the gold sector. Is it worth it? Well, it's not a sector I like currently, the gold sector. As I've mentioned, the fundamental reasons with Greece, with the expectations about the Fed and its rate hike, for me, are all reasons why the gold sector will not represent a great alternative. Now, for HGU today, it's rising, yes. However, I think that it's really likely that with the discussions that are going on, that we might actually have the gold sector that again return into a neutral cycle and remain below 155. I might be wrong though. So if you want to, let's say, start to build up your positions on HGU, it could be an alternative that you could do. The good thing is that by buying HGU right now at 532, your exit point is not at $5, below that support. So you don't have too much of a loss potential. And you see, if you buy at 532, just by looking at the moving average there, you have a target at 441, another target at 567, and the next target at $6. So those are the targets that you have on HGU. Are you willing to buy some position, put an exit point at $5, and have all those limited upward potential? That's the decision you're gonna have to take, Pat. But so for my analysis in the gold sector, it's not a sector where I feel bullish. It's a sector where I feel more bearish. Now, as I said, in terms of day trading, there's that stock here which has been one of the best day trade of the day, ARO. One entry point here, another one there. The other entry point could be around 194. Could it do so? It could possibly do so if it goes above 194. So it has to be watching again for tomorrow. It might not do it today, but you had 2 entry points at opening on that stock. Possibility to take some profit too. If you bought here, I think you should definitely consider to take some profit at the end of the day, even if you're not making a 5 or 6% or 10%. Elsewhere, we have also SYMX that has been active, gave 1 entry point here. Another one at opening was kind of tough to get in on that one, but that's the one that actually did pay off. Now the new entry point is going to be at 163 on SYMX. VSAR also 1 entry point here, one there, one there. Now it's choosing all the upward momentum. I definitely think that this stock for the day will not give us as much upward momentum because we're seeing a wave of sellers that's consistent. So make sure that if you bought here, here, or there, to take some profit, to cash in on a VSAR. And ENZN has been active since opening, but since then the stock has remained flat. So you had 1 entry point here that didn't really pay off. And look at this one here. Let's put first some stochastics, and yeah, stochastics here that could give us some better perspective there. So you had 1 entry point here where the stochastics was tilting towards the overbought situation. It could have paid off, but finally didn't. We have a wave of sellers that came in earlier and on the even after the second uptick, and this is why the stock has not performed as much. Now we had a clear negative top on the stock like that. So if you got in here, you're still in a position where you can hold on to that stock. Now your exit point becomes below that support, below 139 on a stock like ENZN. So far, one of the best has been this one here, ARO. So that's it, folks. So far for today, we have the markets that are uncertain. The discussions with Greece will continue during the week. If you still have some volatility ETF, TVIX, HVU, I think it's still worthwhile to hold on to those ETF. As for the gold sector, I believe that today's increase is going to be short-lived. I don't think that investors are going to rush into the gold sector as much as into the volatility ETF. And elsewhere, if you did have some short positions in the energy sector where you had some opportunities to take some profit, I think you have to be quick to do so because this rebound in the market might be short-lived, but it's also an opportunity that if ever markets resume their bearish momentum in the next few days with the situation that's going on in Greece, that you continue to cash in on those short positions where you have not taken some profit yet. So I wish you all a good trading. See you tomorrow on the Swing Trading Show.